Yeah, I have no idea what's happened to my face the past few days. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be me revisiting a bunch of old products which I had completely forgotten about. I was going through my makeup drawers and kind of thinking, what can I use for a video? Like maybe I should do new products, but then I was thinking actually, maybe I should go back to products that I used to love and used to rave about but have kind of forgotten about for the past like year at least, maybe. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see what I think of them now, and if they work, and if they suck, and if they do, I will be judging my old self. I think loads of people have done this video before. I've kind of done similar videos where I've revisited old favourite products. Also, I just want to say quickly, I might be slacking on uploads over the next few days because I'm actually going to Miami tomorrow. I'm filming this on Wednesday. I'm not sure if this is going to go up on Wednesday or Friday, but I feel like I'm going to miss a couple of uploads. I'm really sorry I haven't been organised enough to like pre-film in advance, but I get back on Tuesday, so there should be uploads coming next week, but if I miss a few, I'm sorry. I will be vlogging it, and my second channel is sophdoesnails, and also loads of it will be over on my Instagram as well. I'm going to be taking loads of pictures and stories and stuff, so if you're not following my Instagram, it's now just @soph. So for my primer, I'm using this, which is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer. I've only ever had like a really tiny one of these. I don't even know if they make it in a bigger size, but I went through a phase, like I think it was last summer, where I used this primer all the time and it was just what I used to travel around with. It's actually a pretty nice primer. It's not too, like it's not silicone-y, it's more of like a creamy sort of primer, and it just really, it feels like it's moisturising your skin, but it also kind of mattifies it. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? It's probably out of date and I probably shouldn't be putting it on my face. When I think back to kind of like old primers that I used to like, I don't really have many because I didn't used to really prime my face. I used to just use moisturiser and then like some kind of thing with glycerin in it. Like I was never really that big into primers. So then for my foundation, I have this, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I used to rave about this all the time, and honestly, I don't remember the last time that I used this. They went through phases of having like really bad shades. So the original lightest one was like shade 01 or something, and it was so orange. They then came out with a lighter one which was still orange, and I'm probably going to use this because I've still got a bit of tan on. And then they came out with a really light one. This is way too light for me now, so I'm going to go for the shade 00 Light Natural. If I can get this gross, ew. Okay, I need to clean this with something because that's nasty. Ooh, it's all like dried up on the inside of the nozzle. It's such a thick foundation, like really thick. But at the time, I loved it, so let's see. Look, see, this colour matches me when I'm tanned. How was this ever the lightest shade? Okay, so far, like, yeah, it actually looks pretty nice. It is very thick, but when you blend it out, like, I thought it was, for some reason, I thought this foundation was super matte, but it's not looking super matte on my skin. It's giving me a bit of glow. It definitely doesn't look as cakey as I thought it was going to. Because it came out so thick, I was like, oh my god, how did I ever like this foundation? But it actually looks pretty nice on my skin, I think. For some reason, my skin is stinging slightly, but we're just gonna ignore that. I really wish it wasn't a sunny day. I'm sorry about this lighting situation. The next product, which I'm constantly getting asked questions about, is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I think I used this in my previous one of these videos, but I used to love this concealer. It used to be my favourite drugstore concealer. It's super cheap, and I have not used this in ages. I think since I discovered the Bourjois concealer that I used to really like, I could have put that in here as well because I haven't used that in like at least 6 months. Like the Revolution concealer, the Maybelline concealers. Since I kind of discovered other drugstore concealers that had a bigger doe foot, I kind of forgot about this one because the other ones were just quicker to use because the doe foot of this one is really tiny. And also this one did oxidize a little bit. I'm using the shade 1. But I mean, yeah, it's a nice concealer and it definitely has good coverage. It's really affordable. It blends nicely. I think it's purely just the fact that I prefer concealers that have got a bigger doe foot applicator because I am lazy. That was like the worst reasoning ever to stop using a concealer, but I don't know, maybe I slightly prefer the formulas of the other ones that I mentioned. So then for powder, I went into my powder drawer and I was thinking, can't really see any powders in here that, you know, I've kind of forgotten about. And then I thought, what's that right at the back? And right at the back of my powder drawer, I discovered this bad boy, which is the RCMA No Colour powder. I used to really like this. I think I did. Like, I used to use this a lot. At the end of the day, I was only using it because I saw loads of other people using it and raving about it. Like, I used to take on what other people liked and be like, yeah, I like it too, but I did like it. It set my makeup, but looking back, I don't know if it was like as long lasting as some of my other powders. And the packaging is, what? I think because I can't explain it. I can't explain it. So I used to like decant it into this NYX, no, not NYX. This is my old NYC Smooth Skin Powder. God, if this still existed, this would be in this video. Everyone and their mum was talking about the RCMA No Colour powder and it was sold out everywhere. Definitely sounds like somebody's trying to break into my house downstairs, but I'm just gonna ignore it and keep filming. To be fair, it does look nice. It has set my makeup nicely. I think it's purely just the fact that I moved on to bigger and better things. Right, then for my face. I used to love this contour palette. And when I say I used to love this contour palette, I used to just love this one shade, which to be fair, you can take out. I think it's magnetic. Oh, I nearly just broke my nail. Okay, I'm not gonna play with that. I think it's magnetic. So I thought I would give this another go. I remember it being really pigmented though, and I used to put way too much of this on and I would look so muddy, and I mean, I still have that problem quite a lot with my bronzer, but like, I don't know, man. Let's give it a go, this color right here. I think the issue that I used to just have with my contours and bronzers is I would like really dig my brush in them when I didn't need to. Now I literally just do that. Like, you don't need much at all, and then I still tap that off. Okay, you're not gonna be able to see anything on this side because of the freaking sun, but I think it's quite a good color. That's fine, it's nothing offensive. Wait, did I put too much on? I think the reason I stopped using it is because it was so big to carry around just for using one shade. Then for bronzer, I don't know if this is going to work today because I am tanned, but this is the Body Shop bronzing powder. I have the shade 01 Light Matte. This is a very pale bronzer and I used to love this, so I think at the moment it might be a bit too light, but I'm going to give it a go anyway just because I completely forgot about this and I used to really like it. So yeah, okay, this is definitely too light. It's not really showing up. Oh, I need to try this again when I'm like my normal skin tone because I used to really enjoy using it as a bronzer. The only thing is, it is completely matte, and now I kind of prefer my bronzers to have a tiny bit of a sheen to them, so maybe that's why I kind of stopped using it. Just to deepen up a little bit, another bronzer that I used to be obsessed with. This used to be like my ride or die thing when I was just starting out with makeup for ages, just because again I'd seen so many other people rave about it. The Sleek face contour kit. I originally had the one that was just like the bronzer and highlighter duo, but then they extended or expanded, both work but not extended. They extended it to have a blush as well, and that was the only blush I ever used to use, and I never even used to reuse it. I'm gonna go in with this bronzer because that's all I used to ever use when I was like, I don't know, between the ages of maybe like 14 and 18. Okay, so I've tried to like bronze up my face to match my tan, and I've kind of just put bronzer all over my forehead. And it looks a little bit silly, I'm not gonna lie. The Sleek Rose Gold Blush, I only bought this because everyone raved about it, but looking at it now, like it's a bit too bright for my skin tone. It's like a pinky blush with gold reflex, but everyone used to bang on about this because it was a dupe for NARS Orgasm Blush, which I never even had, but like, it looks all right. It's just a very shimmery blush. And it's just very kind of pink. I mean, it's all right, isn't it? But it's just like, don't know, I prefer my Milani one. And then on to highlighters. So I was thinking about doing a video on the Zoella Colourpop collection. Then I kind of realised I haven't used Colourpop stuff in ages. I used to love ordering stuff from Colourpop and wasting all my money on like shipping and customs and like liquid lipsticks. And the highlighters I used to quite like, but just haven't used because they were kind of like a cream to powder formula. Honestly, I used to just sit there and like dip my finger in it and swatch it on my hand and be like, wow, that's so pretty, and then I'd put it back in my drawer. But this colour is called Stole the Show. It used to be really popular and I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna use my Zoeva brush and see what happens with the brush. If this doesn't work, I'll use my fingers. Colourpop highlighters are such an unusual texture. Like, it feels like a cream, but then it's kind of like, it's not like a full-on cream. Like, I don't think I'm making any sense. If you've tried them, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't tried them, you're probably like, Soph, what the hell are you talking about? But wow. So it actually works with a brush or your fingers, which is odd. I think I just used to not really know like how to put them on my nose. I've got so many makeup products in my collection that I would see other YouTubers and other people rave about, and then I would buy it, spend loads of money on makeup, use it once, and then just put it in my drawer and like never use it again. Okay, let's try this on my nose. Oh yeah, okay, see, it's kind of taken off the foundation on my nose. I can never get on with cream highlighters on my nose. Why does it not do that on my cheeks? Like, I don't know, I'm confused. Then for my eyebrows, something that I used to love, but like I never really use anymore unless I'm doing something for Revolution's like channel where I do like an eye close-up. A lot of the time I use their eyebrow pomades, but I never use brow pomades anymore. I used to like live by the Freedom brow pomade, and obviously Freedom's now turned into like Revolution Pro. So like any of the Revolution brow pomades, Obsession brow pomades, I used to use all the time. The NYX brow pomade I used to like. I went through a phase of being obsessed with this one, which is the Benefit Brow brow pomade. But I had a little brow routine at one point, which was using both of these products. And again, like I've completely forgotten about them since I've like moved on to my Benefit stuff. So let's give this brow pomade a try and see why I used to like it so much. I think this one in particular, the NYX one, I used to quite like because it wasn't as pigmented as the others. So you could kind of like blend it a bit easier. I think, I don't know, I just kind of went off brow pomades because I like my eyebrows to look a bit more natural and like fluffy these days. But yeah, this brow pomade isn't too pigmented. I see why I liked it. Past Soph, you were not wrong. This was a good product. This is the Tinted Brow Mascara, again in the shade Brunette. And I think the reason I stopped using this is because one, it was a little bit, this is definitely warmer than the pomade, but also the brush is just a little bit big. And so when I discovered Benefit Gimme Brow, I was like, ooh, such a tiny brush. Oh yeah, look, I just got a big lump of it. So yeah, I do like this, but I think the colour's a little bit too warm, and also as well, it's just like a little bit tricky to use because the brush is quite big. But I mean, it is like a good product. If you're careful with it, it's completely fine, and I used to use this a lot, and I still quite like it. With eyeshadow palettes, I would use them once or twice and be like, yeah, that's my favourite eyeshadow palette. But I barely wore eyeshadow. I still barely wear eyeshadow, but I used to supposedly love this palette, which is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend. Oh my god, how cool does that packaging look? This is what it looks like on the inside. It doesn't have a mirror, which I think is one of the main reasons why I stopped using this, because if I am doing eyeshadow, it's when I'm like traveling or going to an event or something, and it's quite handy to have a mirror in with it. I just have not used this in years, and I've still been keeping it. So I'm starting with this shade, which is called Substitute for Love. And I'm just gonna use this as my transition shade. These palettes are only like, I think, £18 each or something, so they're not super expensive. Okay. That's nice, nice little transition. And I'm gonna go for the shade Freshly Toasted. You know what, I'm not gonna do a halo eye today. I'm gonna do what I used to do, which is like, just gradually put darker colours on my outer corners and then put like a really light colour on my inner corners. Then I'm gonna take this shade, which is like a dark charcoal-y brown-y black, and it's called Beans Are White. I'm gonna put this on my very outer corners. Oh my god. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that pigmented. Wow. I'm gonna go back to my blending brush and just blend that out. That's actually really pigmented. And also as well, I never really do my eyeshadow like this anymore, where you like just put the darker colours on the outer corner. I'm then gonna take the shade Subtle Blend, which is like a bronze, but I'm just gonna use that kind of between this shade and the inner corner shade. Uh-oh, I got a bit full out. I'm gonna use my finger instead. Just always works so much better for shimmers. Okay, that shimmer's okay, but it's not like blowing me away. It's more of like a satin, like it's not super foiled or anything. And I'm then gonna take this one, which is called Pure Ganache, which is like a pale gold. Then I'm gonna put that on the inner part of my eye. Yeah, that one definitely packs more of a punch. That shade's pretty. Ooh, that's really nice. And then I'm just gonna run some of those shades, like the corresponding shades, just along my lower lash line. I actually think this look has turned out really pretty. You know what else I wanted to try, because I haven't used in ages, is actual Colourpop eyeshadows. Oh my god. These are so pretty, but these, oh my god, these go on way better with your finger. So I have the shade Fringe, which I managed to break. My first one was called Lala, which is like a coppery shimmer. These are like super foily and beautiful. And then my most recent one is called Ritz, which I think was from the Laura Lee collection. This one's not as great. It's more of like a, oh, actually, it's got a lot of glitter in it. It's more of like a wet look one. Oh, okay. What? Okay. I fully take back my comment because that is stunning. Okay, guys, look at this. Can you see the sparkles? Wait, maybe if I go a bit out of focus. I think you can kind of see it a bit better actually. Then for eyeliner, I used to love this little bad boy right here. Again, I was just looking in my eyeliner drawer and I found this right at the back. And when I was like, ooh, I used to love that. It's the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. It's just kind of like their original eyeliner that has a brush. Something I used to love about this is it's super black. You know, the reason I stopped using this, I think is because I used to get the eyeliner in my lashes because it would kind of get on the brush and then it would kind of make my lashes go weird when I then put mascara on. It's a pretty decent eyeliner. I think the only thing I just don't like about it was that it used to stick my lashes together, which used to really frustrate me. A mascara that I used to absolutely love, but then I went off this because I noticed that it started to do the thing where throughout the day it kind of like transfers onto my under eyes. But I used to love this mascara. It's the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I think it was like my first high-end mascara and I used to rave about this all the time. And it was a great mascara, I just didn't realise that it was transferring. And then finally for lips, I found these two and I used to love both of them. The first one is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the shade 33. Another one is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Sandstorm. I remembered about this because I've been using the lip liner in Sandstorm loads recently, but the actual liquid suede I haven't used in forever. You know what? Let's give this a try. I used to be obsessed with like brownie nudes. I definitely go for more like pinky nudes now. Well, not like full on pink, but like, I don't know, like my lipstick colour in the shade Cake. Oh, I don't really know about this colour. I feel like the old sophdoesnails. Let's take this off and try this. Maybe I should have spoke before I put that in my mouth. Let's take this off and try the Sephora one. Ooh, it smells good. Okay, this colour's kind of like a greyish. I don't know how I feel about this one either. What do you guys think? You have to let me know. Okay, so that is my face done. Here is the finished result. This really reminds me of how I used to do my makeup. Maybe like 2 years ago on this channel. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm just gonna answer a question of the day as always. If you have any questions of the day, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day. Maisie.jhx says, Soph, if fake eyelashes irritate your eyes, would you ever get lash extensions? Love you. Thank you so much, love you too. I don't think I would get lash extensions just because I've seen a lot of people lose their eyelashes after getting lash extensions and it takes like a good couple of months for them to grow back to how they were. So I don't think I would do it just for that reason because my natural eyelashes are quite nice. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Like I said, please excuse me at the moment for my uploads. I know that they're not on point, but hopefully, I will be back soon. I'll be back soon, and I thought I would just save myself the stress and just give myself a few days to think of some more video ideas rather than forcing videos that I don't want to film. Hopefully that's okay, but I'll see you guys when I'm back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!